I am Madeline Avila, and I'm a senior this year. So the topic of our research was how students felt supported during distance learning, and we felt like it was an important question to ask because it affects us directly and our peers. We interviewed 40 students. We chose to interview them because it gave them more of a safe place to give their answers. We asked questions about their motivation, their mental health, how they felt supported, if they felt like they were getting help throughout the school year.
So our topic was how did students feel supported exactly throughout the COVID and this entire journey that we all had to experience and go through. And we all decided as a group it was an important topic because we all went through it. We're part of the student. We're students, so we struggled with it too. So we made sure they had full consent. They filled out a form before the interview, and they basically read the stuff and filled out their name and all the information that we needed. We also made sure not include their name in any of the recordings, and we basically told them beforehand that if they didn't feel comfortable answering a question, they didn't have to.
My name is Abike, and I'm in 11th grade. Our topic was based on how students felt supported throughout the COVID situation, and we think it's important because we want to know how the students feel. So we used the interview method because we thought that was a better way of getting our information, and we also interviewed 40 students. Asked questions such as how their motivational level either increased or dropped. What else? We also asked questions such as if they had Wi-Fi at home.
My name is Naima Hussein and I'm in 9th grade. Our topic was how students felt supported during distance learning. I felt it was important because many people do need to know how students felt and be in student shoes, and we are students, so we want to put the information out there. We collected information by finding students who were comfortable to share the experience how distance learning went in the beginning of the school year and after. We asked questions on how they started their schedule in the morning, how did they have Wi-Fi, did their grades drop or did it stay the same, and did they feel the teachers could help them.
My name is Diamond and I'm a 10th grader. The topic was how students feel supported about distance learning because the school wants to know how they feel and how it was for them to be in the distance learning.
Hello, my name is Gudan Ahmed and I am a senior this year. Our topic was how COVID affected students in their learning when it came to distance learning as well as hybrid or in-person. I think that was important because it was an experience that we all experienced, and I feel like it was important for us to document it so we can make changes within our school so students have the ability to get help when they actually need it. We collect our information by interviewing 40 students. We did this because we thought that we can get so many different perspectives, and also we made it so we could get different types of students to do it, such as focusing on the ELL students or our white and Caucasian students or our minorities and students of color.
This year's Youth Participatory Action Research Group is truly just a group of students who are working to make the community more educated on students' perspectives. So our findings were mainly just to shed light on the community and really let parents and the school really understand how students felt throughout COVID and about motivation level and how it was actually a lot more difficult than people thought. So a lot of the problems was that motivation went down, and once the motivation slid, it's harder to build that back up. So it's harder to build those relationships with teachers and get your grades back up. So problems that were identified was really just motivation sliding because school felt like it was optional to a lot of students when it was distance. Some solutions we talked about was a lot of kids don't understand systems in place that are here to help us, like the Rise Room, and there's academic specialists in the media center, getting any kind of contact with their teachers. And that is also a common problem we found, was that students felt like it was really hard to reach out to their teachers. The first question we asked them was to describe themselves, and all of the students had really good things to say. They said that they were outgoing and caring and hardworking, and I think that says a lot about the student body as a whole, and I really hope that the whole student body continues to think that about themselves, because when you have that positive mindset, the possibilities are really endless. The biggest takeaway from our research is just taking time to understand how students really feel right now, and taking them into consideration in that, because a lot of people don't understand that it isn't the same, and a lot of students did feel overwhelmed. So I think that is the biggest takeaway, is just to take time to understand. As a group did this research because it gave the students we interviewed a safe place to really talk about how they felt and give us honest answers. I think that if it were to have been an adult, we wouldn't have gotten the answers we did, because it's an easier connection that was made between a student to student versus a student to adult, because a lot of times students are just going to say what they think needs to be said to an adult, whereas to us, they'll tell us how they truly feel.
Some kids don't are not able to talk to their parents, like maybe they are ashamed for what they did, or they maybe think like my parents don't understand me. So talking to a student like at the same high school as you, that know you, it will be easier to tell you problems too.
We all did a lot well. We really all came together and focused on our strengths, our individual strengths, in order to get this project done. In the beginning, we kind of did like some asset mapping about things that each student individually brought to the group, and I think that we really focused on those strengths and just kept each other encouraged and going, and made it a really easygoing time for everyone.
So I definitely got to see things from a different lens. We had some Somali students and Latino students, and we all kind of shared our stories. And while we were doing the research, we also saw the stories from different students coming from different grades, different ethnicities too. So I definitely did learn a lot from being in this group and, just seeing things in a different light. Well, I think it's very important because, if you think about it, we are the future. We are going to be working the future jobs. We are going to be in future positions. So I feel like it's good to be able to get the research from the eye of someone who is going to be, someone who is in that spot specifically and can connect with the students better. Well, I think one thing we did very well was at the beginning we were able to connect, and just having that part of being connected, and it really helped us flow with the stuff we were talking about, things we were discussing, and it really made working together easy.
I learned a lot. I learned how to collaborate with others and work together so we can get an outcome, and how to listen to one another, because we had so many good ideas, and it was so hard to wait for the next person to finish and say something. But I learned a lot of skills that regards to communication. I think that it was important that we did it as students, and it was like a student to student kind of research compared to a person that is adult doing it, because I think that if I was a student and I was getting interviewed by an adult, I would say what they want me to say and not what I want to say in my truth, because I would fear retaliation, that something would happen to me, or they're going to see me differently because of what I said. I think we did a lot of things well, such as like I said, collaborating, working together, knowing when to encourage others to continue doing the work that we are doing, not to lose hope because maybe we don't think that the research was going to turn out how it did. So that was it.
I think that we should have gotten our topic really set in stone a little quicker. We had a lot of ideas. As a group, we were always thinking about things we want to improve on, and we almost completely switched our thing like a month before the project was due. So I think doing that would probably have helped us. In the future, I think it'd be cool to know more about how EL students feel. We made a big deal about making sure that the EL students were included, so we did interviews in Somali and Spanish, but we almost switched our topic to be about EL kids and the system. So I think next time it'd be, if we could do anything else, it would be to probably go in further on their feelings and the EL system.
I think next time I would probably pick a topic and stick to it. We jumped a lot from different topics to different topics, and it was kind of at the point where we just got all confused. Yeah.
I definitely like to thank everyone in the group. Everyone's working hard, everyone's sharing their ideas, and all of us did a great job working together, and it was a great time. We all connected, and we got to know each other better. Also share our cultures and our ideas. And I'd like to thank Brian too, and Anita. Brian was definitely, I think he has to be one of the staff that I've been able to connect with the most.
Yes, I would like to thank Carlton. Anita and Emily did a great job helping us put together all this research, as well as Brian. I learned so many lessons from him, such as like speaking my truth, and like he was there not only for the research part, but he was there as a person and as a mentor. So I want to thank him for allowing us to have this opportunity and do a research like this. I'm so thankful I was a part of it.